So Dow 27,000, but it's Johnson & Johnson, a breaking story a few moments ago reported by Bloomberg News that is taking some points off that Dow rally, down 5% now on the report that the Justice Department is opening up or pursuing a criminal investigation into whether or not J&J lied about the cancer risks associated with its talcum powder. Dr. Marc Siegel, the Fox News medical correspondent, is with us in studio right now. Apparently, according to this report, at least they had a grand jury looking into this and, you know, what J&J officials knew. It's definitely hurting the stock today. I don't know what you can add to what you know about the background of all this.
Well, Connell, the first question is, and the main question is, full disclosure. What did J&J know and what did they do? Because we were always told medically that talc was taken out of these feminine hygiene products in the 1970s. So the question is, A, did talc remain in these products? How long did it remain? Did J&J know about it? What's the amount of talc in there? Because talc is a known carcinogen. Right. Question is, how much was in there? How much exposure did it give women that were using the products?
From what I can read, just in the summary that came out, that the thousands of lawsuits involved over the safety of the talc-containing baby powder, and they say for the alleged role that had in fueling the opioid crisis, according to this report as well. But your point is, we know that this is dangerous stuff. It's just a matter of how much the company knew it was using.
And the same thing with baby powder that's used for young babies. Exposure over a long period of time could have a carcinogenic risk. It's been studied in animals. It's been studied in mice. There's an associated finding in humans for increased risk of cancer.
Okay, fair enough. Again, the stock's down today about 5%, give or take. We'll stay on top of that J&J story throughout the day. In the meantime, there are new questions over how drug prices can come down, with the president backing down from the proposal he had to eliminate rebates from government drug plans. So, you know, Dr. Siegel, this was something that I think kind of moved in on the market yesterday, and people were reacting to that. But tell us, first of all, about this whole rebate plan and now how significant it is that the president's going in a different direction.
Well, first of all, it's huge. The reason the president is backing off of this is because of what you just said. CBO, Congressional Budget Office, has determined that over 10 years it would actually cost the taxpayer $177 billion. Why? Because of increased premiums to Medicare. Why is that happening? That's interesting, because the middleman, traditionally, if the rebates go to the pharmacy benefit managers or to the insurers, you would expect, and I would expect, that the drug companies would raise their prices as a result. Because if the profits are being sucked out of the middle, the drug companies would raise their prices, and then the price would then be transferred over to the consumer. So in other words, if you're the patient, you go to the pharmacy, you pay a higher copay because the list prices are higher. That's what the Trump administration believed. But this is throwing a wrench into it, because this determination by CBO is, well, wait a minute, maybe list prices are actually going to go up, not go down. Right. However, Secretary Azar is saying that the Congress is going to continue to look into this and possibly pass a law. As a physician, I don't like all these middlemen. I don't like all these people who have no reason to be there other than to make a profit for themselves and obscure the real prices. So I like price transparency. I like lower prices for the patient. I like patients out there having choice and knowing what they're paying for.
All right. Dr. Siegel, thank you, and thanks for the
Connell.
insight on the breaking news surrounding Johnson & Johnson as well.